Hi, my blooming birds. So, together again, we are here at your own learning platform, Learn Forward with your book, The Grammar Hub by Feather Cap. You have already got an introduction of active passive voice. Do you remember from grade 4? So, we'll be learning more rules about active and passive in chapter 22 of your book. So, are you excited? Let's learn more today. What is the importance? Why do we need to write letters? See, we have been communicating so fast now. It's all on a single dial. Everybody is available and you can communicate. Then why formal letters still? While that letter writing is still there, because that expresses, whenever you write a letter in your handwriting, that gives a sense of as if you are communicating face to face with the other person, because you have that writing has an impact on the reader. So you stay connected with the help of these letters. You get a face to face interaction type feeling there, and more importantly, you can preserve these letters for your lifelong, isn't it? So they create a memory for you. So this is why we have letter writing. So in 21st century, communication has become so much fast and very compact also. Like on a single phone call, everybody is available. You can text messages also. You can send mails also. But letter writing is still an art that should be learned. Why? Handwritten letters are personalized and express feelings more clearly. And then a well-written letter is like a personal face-to-face communication, and it offers a great deal of pleasure in reading and can be preserved also. So let's start with some of the two types of letters I have told you are. One is formal letters that are written to somebody with whom you have a formal relationship. So these can be, you can also say these are official letters, right? And the other is informal letters, which are written to friends and relatives. So these are the two categories of letter writing we'll be doing ahead. So starting with the formal letters first, we will understand what is the format of these letters. So what do you mean by format? That means in what sequence you have to write when you are writing a formal letter. What all is to be written there? You start with the sender's address. This is your sender's address. So when you are writing a letter to someone, it's a formal letter, you will write your own address here. Don't copy the address which is given here. So if you live in Pune, you will write your own address there. From Bangalore, you'll be writing your own address. From Delhi, you'll be writing your own address. So don't just go with this. Okay. Next is you will be writing the date on which you are writing a particular letter. And then to whom are you writing this? So you have to address the receiver also. So addressing the receiver means first you will write the post to which designation you are writing the letter. So here you are writing to the principal of a school. First you will write that designation, the principal, and then you will write the address. Where is that person designated? So you'll write the name of the school, Brilliant Academy, and the place or city here, New Delhi. Is this much clear to you? Can we move ahead now? Okay. Then you will address the person, right? So it will be dear sir or madam. So whatever the person is. And here what you have to remember is madam is especially for females, you know. But sir is officially used for both the genders now. Because if you are not aware who is holding that post, that designation, whether that person is a male or female, so don't use any word there. Just use sir specifically, because that refers to a male as well as a female. Fine. I hope I'm clear with these salutations. So dear sir, ma'am is the greeting, and then you write the subject. So writing in subject is why are you writing a particular letter? That specifies your purpose of writing the application. So whenever the reader just reads out the subject, he or she is clear what is the topic, what is the point of receiving this letter from the person, right? So when you write subject, it is only in formal letters, not in the informal letters. This is a part of your formal letters only. So subject I am writing, what's the subject of my writing this application or letter to the principal? Request for permission to go home to see grandfather, right? So might be your grandfather is not well, so you want to go back home. So you are requesting the principal to give you permission to leave. Now, how do you start writing? You'll say, may I inform you that my grandfather has fallen ill. So suddenly you got to know about it. Please allow me to go home during the first break at 10:30 a.m. So how did you get to know about it? Might be from reception, somebody has informed you, because you don't carry mobiles to school, do you? No, that means the information has come to you. Now you want to take a written consent to go back home. You have already been informed that your grandfather is ill and you have to return back home during the break, right? So please allow me to go home during the first break at 10:30 a.m. to visit him in the hospital. That means it's an emergency. He's so sick. I'll attend the school tomorrow. So here you are giving the surety that after seeing him, after visiting my grandfather in the hospital, I'll definitely join the school tomorrow. Now, this is what we have narrated. This is called the body of the letter. This is the sender's address. Then you mention the date. Then you write the receiver's address with the designation, right? And then this is your greeting, dear sir, madam. Then comes the body of the letter. Where, how do you just break up this body? The first paragraph is the introduction and reason for writing the application, and the second paragraph is the conclusion. So here it's just in a nutshell, you are writing just 2 sentences. So here we are giving everything in a single paragraph, children. Fine. Then last is either you write yours truly or you write yours faithfully. Even you can write yours sincerely. So you can use any of these 3 words here, and this is called the complementary clause. Fine. So you are just introducing with this, and then you write your own name and your class with section here. I hope the format is clear to you. Read along with this example also. Okay. So let's have another example here. You are the monitor of your class. Write an application to the principal requesting for a field trip to Lodi Gardens. So as a class monitor, as a class mentor, you are requesting the principal to arrange to give permission for a field trip, right? So what did I tell you? First, you have to write your own address, which can be skipped in case of application to the principal. There you need not write. Even if you write your address, that is fine. And if you don't write, then also it is fine. So we are directly starting with the receiver. The principal, then you are writing the name of the school and city, Rosemary Academy, and this is in Noida. So mention the date after that. It's on 5th September 2000. Write down the year also, whatever date you are writing this application. Dear sir, ma'am. So that is the greeting part. And then you write the subject, request for a field trip. You can even mention request for a field trip to Lodi Gardens. You may specify that in the subject also, or you may skip that, right? So the purpose of subject is if the person finds, okay, it's a request for a field trip. Oh no, this is not the time for field trips actually. So she can just reject that. And if she's interested that, okay, that's the perfect time to take the students to the trip, so she can continue with the reading, and then this detail she can find out in the paragraph also. On behalf of my class, I, Shikha Sharma of class 5A. So you are giving your introduction here. So this is on behalf of my class. I would like to request you to approve our field trip to Lodi Gardens, scheduled on 15th September. Okay, it's already planned, that means. We are sure that this trip will enhance our knowledge of past as well as various plants and flowers, because you see a variety of plants and flowers there in the Lodi garden. Kindly approve our trip. So this is the second closure paragraph. Kindly approve our trip and give us this opportunity. So you are requesting here, we shall be grateful to you. And then you close by saying thanking you, yours faithfully, yours sincerely, yours truly, whatever. But in case of students, in case of school, we write faithfully, we can write obediently also, right? So both words go in case of school applications. And then you are mentioning your own name along with class and section. Is that clear? Okay. So let's move ahead, and we have the format of informal letters now. We start the same way as in case of your formal letters, like we write the sender's address first. So this comes your sender's address, that is your own address. Then you write the date, and here, because it's not a matter of designation, so you'll not write the designation and the receiver's address. You will start with this address, with this greeting, dear Anjali. Anjali is, you can write, if you are writing to your parent, to your uncle, to your aunt, to whomsoever, to some relation. So in that case, you will not mention your name. You will write that relation. So you'll say, dear Papa, dear Mummy, dear Uncle, like that, right? And if it is to your friends, of course, you can write the name. And if it is to your younger siblings or cousins, then also you can write the name here, but not with your elder siblings or elder cousins. So, happy birthday. This is the warm greeting, because it could be Anjali's birthday. So, you are wishing happy birthday. I went home for 2 days to attend my uncle's wedding. I came back to the hostel yesterday. The wedding was full of fun and delicious food. All our relatives were present. Mom bought me a beautiful dress to wear, because you just went from your hostel for 2 days there for the wedding only. So your mother got a beautiful dress for you. I was sad to come back so soon, because you got permission for just 2 days of leave from the hostel. I also felt unhappy that you could not come to the wedding. So you missed Anjali there. I had a birthday gift for you, which I gave to your mother. So already you had a plan that you'll be meeting Anjali there in the wedding, and then you'll be giving the birthday gift. But that couldn't happen because Anjali was not there. So anyhow, you made sure to hand over that gift to Anjali. So you are mentioning that also here. Do come for the winter vacation. We'll then enjoy ourselves. So we'll have lots of fun together. Your lovingly, your loving friend. Both the closures are correct, and then you write your own name, Riya, right? So after date, you have this greeting, and then this is the body of the letter, which is divided into paragraphs. Finally, this is the complimentary close and the sender's name or signature. See, because this is not a formal letter, so you are not going to close it with your class or roll number or like that. Fine. So I hope you have understood the difference between formal and informal letters. Can we go ahead now? Here's another example for you. Write a letter to your mother. See, this is a relation. So that means, is it formal or informal letter? Perfect. This is informal letter. So how you are going to start it? Yes, by writing your address. Now, how come you are writing a letter to your mother? When is this possible? Either your mother is away or you are away from the home. So, you are there in a resident school. That means, so you are writing your own address here. Room number 5, Boys Hostel, KV International School, Chandigarh. Right? And then next, you write the date here after the sender's address. And then this is the greeting. My dear mother. See what I told you, in case it is to somebody who is elder or older, if it is such a relation, then you will write the relation, not the name, right? So we are writing here, my dear mother. Then you are asking for the well-being and giving your own well-being also. Let's read the topic, what you are supposed to write here. You have to describe your hostel life. Fine. So you have been sent to hostel and you are just describing how you spend your life there. How are you? I hope you are well. I am also well here by the grace of Almighty, by the grace of God, by the blessings of God. I'm telling you about my hostel life as you wanted to know. So you were curious to know about how I spend my days there, what's my routine there. So I'm just writing this letter to make you aware, to bring this to your knowledge, how I spend my days there and how is the life going on. You know, in hostel, every student has to follow strict rules. Yes, you have to go according to the schedule that is fixed to you. I am also bound to follow them. In our hostel, there are 60 students. 4 teachers look after us all the time. So that means the children are under observation. You are a big responsibility for them, right? We all get up at 5 o'clock. Isn't that too early for you? What time do you get up at home? See, they have to get up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning. After saying prayer, we sit to read. At 8 o'clock, we are given breakfast to take. Again, we come back to hostel at 4 p.m. After playing for some time, we again sit to read. So that's a strict structure of activities we have to follow and continue up to 9 p.m. A stretch time. So they make you more responsible citizens for tomorrow, isn't it? After that, we take our dinner and there is a rest after dinner. So what happens? Usually we watch TV in the common room. So when you get a break for this, then we go to bed at 10 p.m. That means the time to watch TV is only after dinner. And by 10 o'clock, they make sure that lights are turned off and everybody is in bed. All the teachers and my fellow students are very friendly. So you have got a good circle there, a good companions there, and then you are having a good time. I'm fine here, but I miss you very much. Yes, of course. When you are away from the family, you miss everybody, right? Your loving son, Akash. So this is how you give a complimentary close to the letter. So do you find how the words, the feelings are connected here? And this is how we communicate with the help of letters and keep the tie, keep the bond stronger. Now you have some practice letters there in your book. Let's do some of them. The first one is write an application to the principal. So what you see again, this is a formal letter. Yes, requesting for grant of fee concession. Try to understand the topic, whatever is given to you in the question. They are asking to request for a fee concession. So what is fee concession, children? Fee concession is a reduced fee that will be charged to you. That is like a discount in fee, a waiver of fee. So concession that is given in fee, a reduced amount of fee that is charged from you. Now, we must understand what could be the reasons for fee concession, right? There are some conditions in different schools they have different norms for giving fee concession. It could be the single child, it could be the only girl child, it could be your good performance, academic performance, or your overall performance in the school, in the session, and then it could be some financial reasons also of the family. And there can be many more conditions which vary from school to school, right? So sometimes in schools, when you have a sibling also in the school, they give half concession to the siblings, the younger ones. So many conditions. So you can just think on what terms and conditions you want to request for a fee concession, and then we'll go ahead, right? So let's get started. You'll first write. You can start with, see, this is application. Again, I told you, although the formal letters start with send us address, but in case of application to the principal, we can skip that. And we'll directly start with the designation, the salutation. So it is the principal Vidya Global School, Meerut. So this is the designation and the address of the receiver of this application. And then next, what do you write? Perfect. You write the date after this. So you can write the date as 14th March 2023. Right? And then what do you write? Yes, the salutation, the greeting. So you know whether your principal is sir or ma'am. You can write accordingly. So I write here, dear ma'am. You can also write respected. Okay? Dear ma'am. If the principal of your school is a male, you can write dear sir. Right? Let's move on now. You'll start with, yes, you have to mention the subject. So what is the subject? And what you see, everything has to be left aligned. It should be with the margin of your notebook, of your sheet, right? But this subject has to be, let me write a little more away from it so that it's clear. Subject will be a little away from the margin. Yes, we can write like this. Subject is request for fee concession. Right? So we'll just underline this. Now we'll start. This is, I've already given you what reasons you can mention there. So you'll start with, this is to bring to your kind notice or bring to your knowledge. You can begin saying, I am a scholar student, that and then you can write your name here, Swati Singh of grade 5A. Then you just close the commas. I, Swati Singh of grade 5A, am a scholar of the school for past, you can write 3 years, 4 years, 2 years, whatever time you want to say, for past 3 years. Right? Now, you have to give the reason why you want the fee concession. So you can give some financial point here, that because my father has lost his job, which could be because of a prolonged sickness, we can mention. So you will not be able to continue your studies. My father has recently lost his job due to his prolonged sickness. So I will not be able to continue with my studies, except what? Except when the principal grants you a fee concession. Except your approval for fee concession, which means that only in case you allow me fee concession, I'll be able to continue my studies, right? So now in the next paragraph, you'll request. I request you to kindly allow me full fee concession. Right? And then with closure, you'll write here thanking you. Again, with the margin, it should be thanking you. And then I'm writing whatever you have to write here. I'll write here yours. It should be with the margin again. Please remember yours obediently. And the name you have already mentioned in the body while giving your introduction, Swati Singh, grade 5A. The same you will write here. Yours obediently, Swati Singh, class 5A. Fine. Is that clear to all of you how to write? Let's move on to the next. There is another example for you that we'll be writing here, we'll be practicing. You have gone to stay with your grandparents. A relation is there. So it is perfect. It is informal letters at your village during your autumn break. Now you have to write a letter to your mother. Okay, it's about your visit to grandparents' place and you are writing a letter to your mother. Again, relations. So it is informal letter. And it could be that mama has not accompanied you because then she has more responsibilities, or she is a working woman and she couldn't get an off from the office, from her workplace. So she could not accompany you. So from your grandparents' place, you are writing a letter to mother telling her about your routine there and how you feel about that place. So we have already written a letter in which you told your mother about your routine at, yes, hostel. Here you have to write your routine at your grandparents' place. So we can have almost the same things there. First, you'll write your address here, whatever your grandparents' address is. So I can write house number. Let's write some address here. House number 20, Govindpuri, Modi Nagar, or Govindpuri, Modi Nagar. Right? After that, you will be writing the date when you are writing this letter. So I'll again mention 14th March 2023. Fine. And now we start with the greeting. Dear Mama. Mummy, Mama, Mother, whatever you want to write here. Dear Mama, I am fine here. And hope the same for you. Now you are at your grandparents' place, which is in a village. So you will just describe about the village life you are living there. So I am excited to share with you how I am feeling and spending time or days here. I wake up early and go to the fields with uncle. I watch him doing because he is going to the fields. He might be doing different activities related to cultivation, relating to farming only. So I watch him doing different activities at the fields. I also enjoy going, or you can simply write running in the fields, running about the fields, running around the fields. So isn't that different feeling there? You have fresh air, all greenery around. You can mention that also. It's very pleasant here with fresh air and greenery all around. We spend good time with the animals at the farm too. As well. And then, you know, plucking fresh fruits from the trees, that's a real fun there. So, plucking fruits from the trees is a real fun. Then you can write, I miss you a lot because in spite of all the fun, you always miss your home, your parents, your siblings, isn't it? So, at the close, you must write, I miss you and Papa a lot. In spite of so much fun. Please come soon. Right? And then give it a close. Your loving son or loving daughter. Write down your name here. That's it. So isn't that easy and fun writing letters? May it be formal or informal. So that was all in letter writing from my side. Practice more of the letters and gain confidence, children. Right? So we'll be looking ahead for more sessions in grammar with Mini. Till then, happy learning.